Hope you guys are doing well. So today we're going to be making some brisket ravioli. We already have the brisket already. All we're going to really do is just rehydrate it because it has been sitting in my fridge for a while and it's already pretty much already cooked. So I just kind of want to rehydrate it, put it in the oven, just to kind of help loosen the, just to help it, you know, get reheated pretty much. All I'm gonna do is add some water. Doesn't have to be hot, but I'm going for hot. I didn't need it to be hot, but kind of too late now. I'm doing about midway just to kind of, I want it to pretty much moisten up to kind of help, just pretty much, it's just to help it get back nice and soft pretty much. It's already nice and soft already, but this is just to kind of help get it up to temp easier for me. Plus this gives me more we'll let that sit in there for a good, like probably like 10, maybe 15 minutes roughly for now. Alright. Grab our all-purpose flour. We already have our oil. I just gotta grab our eggs. Typically, raviolis are about pretty much the same. It's the same process of making fresh pasta, pretty much. So pretty much it's the same process. I'm just going to be doubling the recipe just so that way you kind of have more, just so we have more length on the raviolis. Sorry, I was really thinking a bit too hard on that. I'm just going to do all this in a bowl. Probably a way bigger bowl actually. Probably do about, medium sized bowl. I'm only using a half a cup, but do about, typically it's about 2.5, or actually no, it's about like 1.5 cups of flour, or it's just that, so I'm going to do about 2 cups worth. That should be, I might have did a little bit more than that. 4, that's 2, so I probably did like 2.5. The main reason why I'm doing it in a bowl, this is just to kind of help me get started, really. I don't necessarily need it. There we go. That there for now. Still gonna do 2 eggs, obviously. Add on obviously a little salt, just a pinch, just enough to get it going pretty much. Obviously, grab our fork, just slowly start combining everything together. Might have to add an extra egg in, but we'll see what we can do with what we have here. Yeah, that what? One more. This stage, I'm just going to start combining it all with my hands. Just going to add one more to our mix here. And as always, if needed, just add water. This will just help get everything nice and flour down my countertop. Alright, now that that's ready, we're gonna let this sit at room temp for now and let this rest. And since we already used this bowl, we're gonna actually put it back right into that bowl and wrap it. Some of the dough got on my hands, as you guys can see. Some of it came off, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. You don't want that to happen, but sometimes that does happen. That's pretty much done for now. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now that my hands are now clean and our countertop's clean, we're going to actually make our demi glaze using some of the juices. This is not from this, but some of the juices that I saved. So we're just going to pretty much heat this up. And since this is practically frozen solid, we're gonna use some hot water. Should use cold water actually, but this is just so I can get this out. So just like trying to pry it out. I'm just gonna stick that on high. We're gonna this is how we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna see if I have something I can use to properly scoop it out. Oh yeah, that's rock solid. Never mind. Yeah, no, we're gonna be doing it the way we're doing it right now. I'm just gonna get it. Feel like it's to about pretty much where it is. I'm just gonna use that to kind of keep that steady. This is probably the most interesting way I've done this, so you guys can laugh with me on this one because it's pretty hilarious to say the less. Anyways, for now, while this is going, let's go ahead and check our brisket. We're not necessarily really cooking it, but we're just rehydrating it and kind of I'd say we're pretty much recooking it, we're just rehydrating it at this point. Looking for there it is. Alright. Let's take a look-see. Like I said, it's already cooked pretty much. All we're really doing is, in a sense, reheating it. I'll be right back. Alright. Had to grab my thermometer real quick. This is just in case. Pretty sure this is. Definitely gotta go in longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. We are gonna actually. Okay, that's starting to work good. Alright. Well, we'll have more juices left over. Extra juices. Juice. So. It might end up getting used for another video, for a different video at some point. I'll probably have to think of some. But anyways, we're gonna let this stuff all go for now. And
alright guys, now we're back.
Everything's ready.
Just pulled up the brisket. It's doesn't need to be like
165 because we're just gonna cook it again anyways. So it's in at 145 at this top, 109, and like 99. Like I said, it doesn't need to be super hot because we're just gonna recook it anyways. We've got our, gonna actually dump this because this is our old stuff and our old juice, and it's just not gonna do so well compared to the newer juice. So now we're gonna do that and reduce it. That's all we're really doing with that. So for now, I'm just gonna pretty much cover this for now. Now we're gonna take this out of the pan and we're gonna pretty much cut it into about bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to roll out our pasta dough and then fill it up pretty much. So, there for now. Let that go for now. Alright. Gonna turn that off because I don't want that to burn pretty much. And then we're gonna grab my knife here. Just cut right in. You could also do this while it's cold too, but I just find that just rehydrating it is gonna make the flavor come back. Just kind of helps cut it a lot better and easier. Now I might not use all of this, but I'm gonna use at least a good majority of it. That should be good for now. I'm gonna put the rest of this off to the side, cutting board, in case I'll need a couple more. And you may not even need your knife for this, to be honest, because it's already falling apart, so you can actually just tear it. And that's kind of why it's good to kind of moisturize. You get the brisket first. And you could use the fat if you want, but we don't like a fatty ravioli. Nobody does. But like I said, you just want these to be about bite-sized pieces as best as possible. You might have to toss some of it out, but try to save as much as you possibly can. Obviously, I didn't have to spend any money on this because this is actually a brisket from work that I got because they were throwing them away, and they were like, hey, you want a brisket to take home? And I was like, heck yeah. Then, once we're done, we get to work on our done with this, we can work on our sauce, our demi glaze. Get rid of any burnt bits too. That's just because a little char is okay, but like the char that's on here is okay, but I mostly just want the meat. So if you want a little bit of char, that's fine for when you're doing raviolis, but just don't do too much, otherwise your raviolis are going to taste more like chard than the actual meat itself. Alright, for now, I'll be back. Alright guys, all our brisket is nicely crumbled a bit. We got our demi glaze going. Now we're just gonna, pretty much all we're really doing here is just letting the water evaporate at a high temp pretty much. Or I should say the fat to evaporate. For now, while we got that going, we can get our sitting at room temp for a while. Alright, now we're gonna move all our cut brisket. Put it in our fridge for now. Just so we have room. Grab a rolling bin. Grab some butter real quick. We're not gonna need a whole lot. Just about 2 tablespoons should be more than enough. You could go even less than that. But we're just gonna add the butter in. This is gonna give it a nice color. So kind of lighten up your fat, pretty much, in a sense. I'm gonna just turn this down a bit. Still keeping it at, might as well say, medium high heat. I should have technically put the butter in before adding our fat, but that's okay. At least I added it now. On a technical basis, I should have probably did the butter first and then slowly added our fat, but I did not do that. So hopefully that doesn't, the end product doesn't get affected, but we can only hope. Get our rolling bin. Just roll up our dough, pretty much. Then I'm gonna just slowly turn that down. And obviously, with every pasta dough, you go in every direction. When you're making homemade pasta dough, you go in every direction. So you do one up and down, one side to side, another side to side, up and down. Rinse and repeat. since I don't have the luxury of a pasta machine to do this for me, I kind of have to make sure this is all stretched out. So I'm going a little heavier on the pressing down on my one thing. Then the almost getting there. It's almost there. Here. Now comes the tough part. I'm just doing that to cut off any edges. Because we really want these to be more square as possible. So I'm going to actually go about, say, about here. Same thing. Yeah, got a little wet, so it's okay. You'll see that I'm slowly bringing the temperature down, but still keeping up with the hot, should say, the temp, I should say. It's still thinning out. It's actually probably, yeah, it's pretty much almost there. So I'm gonna bring this down to about low now. Because we haven't even gotten our pasta done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Take that off the heat, keep that covered for now. this is just excess.
But normally you would want to do raviolis with a pasta machine, but like I said, I don't have the luxury of having one.
So I kind of have to do with what I have. So they might not look as nice as you see in the restaurants and whatnot. Grab our brisket.
Gonna aim for the center here. I'm gonna go a little less. What should you do? And I'm just gonna fill this up with water. Pastry brush, just dab. It's essentially
Like I said, not gonna be the prettiest, but the guy's gotta do what he's gotta do, make raviolis. But I would say this is actually pretty good. It could be better if I had a pasta machine, but I don't. Then adding more.
But like I said, I probably more than likely won't use all of this for the raviolis. Most of this probably will go towards
Other recipes or anything I can think of under the sun.
Okay, might need to take a lot. Then we'll do this will be our next one. So I'm going to just burn it up a little bit more since this one's a bit bigger. I'm just gonna slightly stretch the dough just a little bit, just to kind of
now, that's all I'm gonna do. Obviously, I have more to do, but I just want to get this going. Alright, for now, let's see. That's pretty much. Here now. Sorry, didn't really have much of a choice because this is my only pot that will fit this stuff in it. Just get that up to boiling, water up to boiling. We'll get our Joy will hold off on the sauce for now till the water starts boiling. Main reason why I'm only doing 3 is just because I don't want to do too many. Then I end up having too much for like one person, which is myself. So if you're feeding a family, obviously it's a different story. You know, you can do all of them. I'm just doing a small amount. So until that water boils, I'll be back. Alright guys, now that our water's finally started to boil, we're just gonna go ahead and drop these in. I'll be right back for now. Actually, no, we won't. Just get this hot. This over here. Get this butter melting. Alright, sorry about that guys, I had to deal with the fire alarm. And since that happened, I gotta start over the roux now. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Well, that's going. My pasta's probably already. My raviolis are probably already done. It only takes like 30 seconds. Try that again. Yes. This is just to get pretty much what we pretty much reduced to thicken right back up. Yikes. Sorry. Exhausted from having to deal with that fire horn. I'm not kidding. I've been wanting to rip that thing out. Because literally it goes off regardless if I'm not even burning anything. That's the funny part is I'm not even burning anything and it goes off. That should be good. Unless it's cool. Slowly add some in. There we go. Got ourselves a nice demi glaze. Or sauce to go with it. Just to taste it, because I don't know if it's going to need seasoning or not. Yeah, it's going to need it. Alright. It's got plenty of salt. Let's just balance it out with a little pepper. That actually tastes pretty good. I could do some Italian seasoning or chives for our sauce. For color, let's add some chives. Gonna have to add a lot though. That should be enough. Perfect. Now, time to plate everything. Grab my spoon here. These are not going to be the prettiest, like I said. I only did this is like my first time ever doing, technically, by hand doing raviolis. Well, like I said, you know, they're not going to be the prettiest. So you can see there, it kind of popped off. There. But regardless of that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty good. Take some of our sauce. Now I could throw the raviolis in the sauce or whatever, but I'm just gonna pour it right on with my spoon. Try it. It actually smells freaking good. That is so good. It's like I'm having a party in my mouth. Granted, it looks like crap, I'll say that, just to get it out of the way. It don't look good, but it tastes good, okay? Like I said, having a pasta maker would have done me justice on this video, but I don't have one. But despite the fact that they look like they don't look good, I'll just say it, they don't look great. But the factor is they taste good. Like I don't care that they look well. I care a little bit that they don't look great, but let's be honest, I could have gotten a pasta maker and it would probably look 10 times better than what I just produced. But hey, I did it by hand. I'll take it to my grave saying at least I honestly tried without a pasta maker, okay? But end of the day, that's freaking good. Kudos to myself and thank you work for giving me this brisket. And all the juices from it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. And I will see you all next time.